Ever wondered what happens when utilities stop treating Salesforce as just another CRM and make it the backbone of their entire operation? Let me tell you, after our first utility user group session, my mind is blown, and I'm not the only one.
That's exactly how I felt too. I'm Lori, and today we're unpacking why utilities like Florida Power and Light are totally redefining the rules. We'll dive into their journey, how they tackled a mess of duplicate systems and built 3 powerful core apps.
We're covering the nitty-gritty of change management, phase delivery, and why user experience matters way more than you'd think. Plus, we'll share specific takeaways and ask, what's the biggest hurdle for you, tech integration or team adoption?
Stick with us for the inside scoop on real-world transformation, strategies that actually work, and a few stories that'll make you rethink how enterprise rollouts should go. Ready? Let's get rolling.
When I walked into that session, I expected Salesforce talk to be about customer data, maybe some workflow tweaks. Instead, utilities are flipping the script using Salesforce for operational overhaul, field enablement, employee experience, the whole shebang.
It's wild, right? I remember FPL describing their old ecosystem. Multiple CRMs, scattered field platforms, confusing IVRs. They're not just cleaning house, they're creating a foundation that lets people work smarter, not harder.
And the scale of it. They condensed all those legacy systems down to 3 main apps. That's the kind of simplification most industries dream about but rarely pull off.
What struck me is how they centered everything around real user needs. It wasn't about shiny tech, it was about making daily tasks seamless for both frontline and back office teams.
That actually reminds me. Change management is always the elephant in the room during a big transformation. FPL didn't just do a pre-launch training sprint and hope for the best. They set up XD labs to get authentic, hands-on feedback from actual users.
That's a game changer, because when end users help shape the tools, adoption skyrockets. People feel ownership. I've seen so many projects flop because no one bothers to listen early. FPL's approach was refreshing.
It's such a simple concept, but far too rare. Building feedback loops into the design phase means fewer surprises and way less resistance after launch.
And honestly, those messy, rewarding conversations with users are what drive lasting results. It's not easy, but it works.
Funny you say it's not easy, because the rollout itself proved that point. Instead of a risky all-at-once launch, FPL delivered new capabilities in waves from April 2025 through 2026. That incremental approach saved everyone's sanity.
Exactly. Phase delivery meant they could tweak, learn, and fix as they went, not scramble after a massive go-live meltdown. I've been there. And trust me, it's a nightmare when you try to flip the switch overnight.
Each phase let them focus on user experience and operational consistency, rather than chasing bugs across legacy systems. It's like building a puzzle with the edges first, then filling in the middle.
And the best part? Teams had time to adjust, provide input, and actually get comfortable with new workflows, which made the transformation stick.
Last week we got stuck on the topic of ROI, but FPL had concrete numbers. Handle times dropped from 593 seconds to 458. That's what happens when you streamline systems, fewer screens, less cognitive juggle, real savings.
It's honestly incredible. UX is usually seen as a nice-to-have, but for frontline teams, it's the difference between surviving and thriving. When they can focus on the customer instead of battling the interface, you see immediate results.
And that improvement isn't just a tech flex. It's proof that investing in design pays off for both employees and customers. I wish more leaders understood that.
Me too. If you reduce stress for your staff, you boost morale and efficiency. That's a win-win that sticks long after rollout.
What surprised me most is how FPL is setting the stage for AI, but only after the hard work of simplifying and centralizing. No shortcuts. They're building workflows that make innovation possible, not just flashy.
That's the real secret. You can't layer AI onto chaos and expect magic. Cleaning up the foundation means future enhancements like predictive tools or intelligent automation actually deliver value.
It's a reminder that transformation is a journey, not a sprint. You need the basics right before you can leap into new tech.
And honestly, it reinforces why this work is so rewarding. It's messy, sure, but it's the kind of challenge that keeps us excited for what's next.
So, let's wrap with 3 big takeaways. First, user-driven change management is a must if you want real adoption. Second, phased rollouts make transformation manageable and take the panic out of launch day. Third, never underestimate the power of great UX to drive ROI.
If you're tackling your own platform overhaul, here's your action step. Start building change management feedback loops early. Get your end users involved before you even finalize the design, and you'll save so much trouble later on.
We'd love to hear what hurdles you're facing. Are you wrestling more with technical integration or with team adoption? Drop us a message or join the conversation on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, or Medium.
Thanks for joining us. And shout out to Heather and my fellow Salesforce utility buddies for making this journey so much fun. Stay tuned for more deep dives with the Enterprise Sponge.